Live and alert. On the north side of the dirt, it's your man D Real coming at you with some action figuring, and not just any action figuring. This story actually occurred in a comic book. Two comic books to be exact. Three if you want the full definition or explanation. Avengers 164, 165, and 166 all the way back in 1977. I might be using different characters or different versions of characters, or in some cases, not even that character at all because that character doesn't have an action figure. But we're going to make it do what it do anyway. Let's get the legalese out the way. Comment, like, subscribe, and share to the Be Real with D Real page so that when the material comes out, you get it. If you're digging what a brother shovel to put some dirt in my bucket, make sure your notification bells are on so that you know when new material comes out. And as always, y'all, Edutaining explains it. Now, as far as this little situation, we're going to pick up at the end of issue 164, beginning 165. The Avengers have just defeated an amplified lethal legion that consists of Whirlwind, the Living Laser, and Power Man, Eric Johnston, not Luke Cage. And their powers were augmented for a second, but then they weren't. And anybody who knows this story knows their powers were usurped and amplified in another being that we're going to get to in just a second. Things to remember: Wonder Man ain't the Wonder Man we know him as now. He lacks a whole lot of confidence and he hesitates and freezes up at crucial moments in fights. So don't be shocked by that. Now, while the two Hanks, Yellow Jacket and Beast, are scientists talking scientific stuff, everybody else is talking strategic stuff. When out of nowhere, the very pavement beneath them is explosively uprooted to reveal the arch villain, Count Nefaria, in a super suit, who pulls up and announces he's here to kick all of their asses. Recognizing Nefaria as the villain who was responsible for the death of one of his fellow X-Men back in the day, lashes out angrily to attack Nefaria, only to be callously and ceremoniously bitch slapped away by Count Nefaria. Cap chooses to press his attack and throw his mighty shield. Nefaria catches the shield and attempts to crumble it. When he realizes he can't, he simply tosses the shield aside and casually takes out the Black Panther. And seeing that the Avengers are clearly no match for him, he uses his superhuman strength to drop an entire building on them. So supremely confident is Nefaria in his swagger after dropping an entire townhouse on the Avengers that he goes and robs a bank. Why he would need to rob a bank, I don't know. But after he robs a bank, he decides he's Mr. Sexy Flexy, and to that extent, he abducts a woman and takes her to a nearby rooftop. Fortunately, before he can do anything too terribly perverted, he is interrupted by the World War II superhero, and he's old. And he has a terrible name. He's interrupted by a World War II superhero named the Wizard. The Blur is standing in for him. Clearly, the Wizard is unable to do anything with Nefaria, and Nefaria goes on to ridicule the Wizard for his old age. But the Wizard also points out, hey, you look a little old yourself, and even though you're all powerful, you won't be all powerful very long. What you're going to need is some immortality. And Count Nefaria thinks to himself, I know exactly where to get that. Spares the wizard and splits. Scene in rubble number one. A very damaged professor wakes up and has to get to Count Nefaria for some reason. Hmm. In other rubble, Iron Man arrives on the scene of the battle to begin digging his buried Avengers friends out of rubble because he thinks they're dead. Fortunately, they appear to be intact, largely because of the strength, but definitely not the confidence, of Wonder Man. Iron Man argues that if he had been present, his power might have tipped the battle in their favor, while the rest of the Avengers argue, well, damn it, if you're going to be here, be here. Stop talking about being a leader and be an actual leader. Alcohol, maybe? But before any of that can get any deeper, guess who shows up to the mansion looking for Thor and the secret to immortality? Yep, super middle aged guy. To his credit, Iron Man holds his own against Nefaria and manages to keep him at bay. If only there were an Avenger with superhuman strength that could press that advantage. Damn it, Simon, what are you waiting on? Wonder Man is the last man standing, so that means pretty soon there'll be no men standing. Iron Man's laid out, Beast's in shock, Cap and Scarlet Witch too, and Yellow Jacket's taking a powder? Oh, this can't be good. After defeating the Avengers twice, he demands that Thor show himself. Careful what you wish for, because lightning from the sky usually means Thunder God in the house, and the battle is joined. Thor's hammer returns to his hand. Thor is definitely punishing Nefaria, but Nefaria notices he can take it. So, and so he claps back with laser vision, which Thor expertly defends against. Nefaria, seeing this, goes to his go-to routine. Bring a building down on my enemies. Yeah, that's my go-to technique. But Thor ain't no catch you can just throw rubble on and think that's gonna keep him down. And knowing this, Thor's about to deliver. Here comes the wrap it up punch or hammer. No one this side of the Hulk has been able to stop Thor's hammer with their bare hand. This is getting ready to be a problem. Meanwhile, Yellow Jacket reveals to Beast in the mansion that he wasn't running away. He was getting more firepower. We need more Avengers to take on Count Nefaria. And to that effect, he revives the Vision, who was recently taken down in a battle with Ultron. After explaining the situation and sending Vision to the battle, Yellow Jacket thinks we'll have to follow, while Beast is like, he's a little more robotic than he usually is. Vision arrives to support his teammate, who desperately needs it because he's been separated from his hammer, but he can't disrupt Nefarious molecules. Just then, that Professor Sturdy dude arrives on the scene and basically tells Count Nefaria, dude, that process is going to kill you if these Avengers don't. And only I know how to reverse the process. And he conveniently has a heart attack. This causes him to run roughshod all over the city because he thinks he's going to die. Vision pursues him with newfound confidence from Captain America's shield. Wonder Man enters the fray with the Scarlet Witch recovered and the Wasp. We'll see what that does. Finally, the Avengers figure out that by using teamwork and combining their collective powers together, they're able to keep Nefaria reeling. Meanwhile, Vision has gone a mile into the sky, increased his density, and this fortunately is more than enough to render Count Nefaria unconscious. And Yellow Jacket later reveals Sturdy was lying. He wasn't dying. He would have been immortal. So, this is why the Avengers face the threats no one hero can withstand. Did you like it? Did you like it? Did you like it? That's it for now, y'all. But fret not, I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.